Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Never 7, The End of Infinity. And we have completed day 1 of our trip to the cabin, the trip to the lodge, trip to the seminar, I guess you can say. And it's been interesting. So, what sort of events are going to happen on day number 2? I think we met everybody that's important to the story, so yeah. I believe everybody's been introduced. I'm guessing. How many characters is it? 4, and then they meet 3, right? Yeah, 7. That sounds about right. Sounds perfectly right. Never 7. Oh yeah, I meant to mention this 2 episodes ago, but I was telling you know, not that anybody at work watches it, but I do tell a few of them about it, and one of my friends at work mentioned, you know how you said that they work in the numbers, like in Ever 17, they work in the number 17. He said it's very ironic that I'm starting this in 2014 because if you add 2, you add 1, and then you add 4 add up the numbers from 2014, you get 7. So it's quite coincidental. So perhaps that's a sign that I started this at the proper time. Right there. Actually meant to mention that a couple episodes ago, but yeah. All right, let's keep going. That was completely not necessary to the story, but let's roll now. Today is pleasantly warm. There's not a single cloud in the clear spring sky. Wind blows in from the sea, bringing in the sweet fragrance of flowers. A white bird playfully glides across the ocean surface. A seagull, or is it a black-tailed gull? Anyway, there's something that's bothering me. I mean, besides being able to see the future, but not being able to predict what you see, or control, I suppose, what you see, and the fact that you perhaps believe that one of the people you know will die. Seems like something to bother. Like yesterday, the waves are incredibly huge. Even though the weather's good and the wind isn't that strong, the roar of the waves can be heard as they crash against the shore. That's right. It's supposed to be some sort of storm come through, isn't it? Haruka mutters just 2 words. Still, those words alone are enough for us to understand what she means. The smooth, bulky curl of the waves rises up and down as if it were the tongue of a sea monster. The sign on Luna Beach's door says closed. Since Izumi-san had said yesterday that the shop will be closed tomorrow, we'd been expecting this. It's all part of our plan. That's because we all agreed last night to go to the pool together. Yuka tries to open the front door. Of course, it's locked.
どうしよっか。
Yuka turns to me for advice. Should probably try the back. I'm in the middle of answering.
ごめんなさい。鍵開けとけばよかったね。
You guys could have just knocked. I mean, that's not complicated. Izumi-san cheerfully apologizes. Oh, good morning.
おはよう。で、準備は OK ですか、泉さん？それがね。
Izumi-san's eyebrows furrow sheepishly.
実はちょっと。それは中で話しましょう。さ、入って入って。朝ごはんは？
いや、それがまだなんですよ。
じゃあ簡単なものでも作ろっか。いいですよ。昨日だってごちそうになったんだし。プールにだって売店ぐらいあるでしょ。
Okuko slouches in disappointment at these words. It's not like I can't sympathize with him. I was also hoping for Izumi-san to make us breakfast.
それよりさっきの話の続き。そっちの方がすごく気になるんですけど。それがね。
There's some reason she's not willing to go to the pool. Does she have like a third arm on her back that she can't hide with a bathing suit or something? Izumi mumbles this, then over there,
おはよ
Kurumi comes onto the terrace, sounding like she's forcing herself to recite these words. She looks as depressed as a rainy afternoon.
う。どうしたの、くるみちゃん？ちょっ が痛くて。
She's saying maybe she's just not a morning person. Are you okay?
多分ダメだと思う。
That's quite grim.
その様子じゃプールは無理そうね。
ごめんなさい。
別に謝らなくたっていいけど、とにかく今日はゆっくりと休みなさい。
Soken kindly says this. Creamy gives a small nod while staring at the table.
とそういうわけなの。
Huh?
だからちょっと残念だけど、今日は5人だけで行ってきて。
It's 5 of them. Would they be going alone? You five going alone, then you're not coming with us, Izumi-san?
この子の面倒見なきゃいけないからね。
Izumi-san says this as she pats Kurumi's head.
大丈夫だよ。くるみは一人で大丈夫。行ってきなよお姉ちゃん。だけど。
Izumi-san looks troubled. I want to say something, but I don't feel like I have the right to butt in, so I keep my mouth shut. There's a brief moment of silence as the sisters stare at each other. I get a slight suspicion that Izumi tried to talk Kurumi into this so she could have an excuse to stay out of it. Because she wouldn't... Oh, wait. That's right, Kurumi kind of had her, Didn't Kurumi act? Yeah, Kurumi acted strange the night before too, didn't she? Well, after they said going to the pool. I don't know. Maybe they both have arms growing out of their backs.
本当に大丈夫？大丈夫。
Kurumi says this very firmly, as if she's forgotten the fact that she's in pain. Well, if she says so, as for Izumi-san.
わかった。じゃあ一緒に行かせてもらっちゃおうかな。
Oops, crap! I didn't mean to crap. Her face breaks out into a kind smile.
でもちゃんと安静にしてなきゃダメだよ。
Of course, Izumi-san gives Kurumi one last warning before she leaves. The fastest way to get to the Tsukiya Hotel is by crossing Moon Beach. Like nomads in the desert, we walk alongside the coast in a straight line. Okuhiko walks at the head of the line, frolicking like a kid for some reason. Tailing him from behind is the ever-cheerful Yuka, who's just as excited as Okuhiko. Behind her are Saki and Izumi-san, who are having a pleasant conversation about something. The girls are a little far ahead of me. At the back of the line is Haruka, who is trudging along slowly with heavy steps. Haruka, what's wrong? She seemed quite eager the night before. I think this is a take a glance at her over my shoulder. Even though Haruka isn't exactly the cheerful type, she looks seriously depressed right now. Seriously depressed means seriously depressed, not like moderately, depressed, or did I say distressed? Sounds actually very similar words. Could it be that she didn't want to go to the pool after all? I casually slow down and wait for Haruka to catch up. And then something a little unexpected happens. When Haruka passes by me, she grabs my wrist. No, not out of a romantic gesture. She did so urgently, like she had something to say. Shocked, I turned to face Haruka. I'm trying to ask what's wrong, but for some reason I can't continue. Is it because of her strikingly lonely eyes? They shine like a star that's beginning to fade in the morning glow.
くるみ、
She quietly says this. Huh? I heard her just fine. I instinctively asked her to repeat herself.
大丈夫かな。くるみ、
She mutters this sorrowfully as her grip around my wrist tightens. She's that worried about Kurumi? Since she said she had a headache? Dang it with the choices. I mean, realistically speaking, a headache is something that everybody gets. I mean, I had a headache yesterday. I don't get them very often, but I mean, I get them sometimes. I mean, nothing to worry about. Mom does get pretty severe migraines, so those are something to worry about, especially when you throw up. But it doesn't seem like that's that bad. But with this being a drama-driven story, something might actually be wrong with her. And she did mention that she wasn't okay. Whether she was just joking, messing around, or I don't know, being in a piss poor mood. You know, people tend to be, you know, they're not feeling good, tend to be that way. You know, like, I think I'm dying. You know, when they're not really dying. So it's a headache. I don't think or that's what I'm gonna say. I don't think there's gonna be anything wrong with Kurumi. Yeah. Don't worry, she'll be fine. I say this as cheerfully as I can. After all, when she was arguing with Azumi-san, she seemed quite energetic, didn't she?
そうかな。
Of course. Headache isn't anything particularly serious to worry about. Besides, you've had headaches before, haven't you? Like, for example, due to being forced to spend a whole week with good-for-nothing shady strangers, perhaps? She cheered up. I think I should worry more about her than Kurumi, for sure. On hearing that, Haruka gives a slight grin. And one of those guys with that mullet-like hairdo looks like some sort of reject punk rocker. As I continue to add my joke, Haruka finally giggles. Wow, she giggles? Wow. The sight of her laughing encourages me, and I try to come up with an even wittier punchline. You probably pull a shook move, and you fail and make a really stupid one that just makes everybody want to go away from you. So rather than a reject punk rocker, it's more like...
モップ
Haruka suddenly speaks. Huh? You mean like the mop you wipe the floor with?
そう
So Okuhiko's hairdo resembles a mop. I see. That might be the best way to describe it. I see, so anyway, you don't have to worry at all. You wouldn't want Kurumi to look at that drenched, shiny, filthy mop and get sick, would you? Just thinking about it is giving me a headache, so imagine what it'd be like seeing it in real life. Haruka, up until now, has been quite reserved, gives a completely natural smile. I don't need to worry. Despite this being completely nonsense.
わかった
Haruka mutters this and quietly lets go of my wrist. And so I begin to walk towards the pool again. Haruka is now several paces behind me. Nevertheless, as I walk, I reflect on what just happened. Nevertheless, to get worried over something as simple as a headache, Haruka seems cold at first glance, but maybe deep down she's a kind, compassionate girl. Possible. Although sunlight is strong, it's only the start of spring, so it'll be a bit cold to go outside with just a bathing suit on. Go to the poolside, it'll probably be best to dive straight for the water. At least I was thinking that, but to my surprise, it's actually warm outside. It's not as hot as it would be in the summer, but it's pleasantly warm. The hedges surrounding the perimeter probably help keep the wind out.
いやー、しかしいい天気でよかったね。
Suddenly, Okuhiko looks at the radiant sun while saying an expression you'd expect from an Inca singer. Okay, yeah, some sort of Japanese opera-ish type singer, right?
それに、ゆうかちゃんにも感謝しなくちゃいけないな。
え、なんで私に？
だって合宿前の電話連絡で言ってくれたじゃないか。必ず水着を持参することさ。いくら海のそばだからって言っても、この季節じゃ泳ぐわけにもいかないし、なんで水着持参なんだろうってちょっと不思議に思ってたんだ。
そうだよね。
けれどこれで納得がいったよ。まさか温水プールがあるとはね。
I see, I probably wouldn't have brought mine either if she hadn't told us to.
そう。
It's a strange thing to tell somebody to bring to like a like a camp for school or something. But Yuka, how did you know that there was a heated pool here?
それはその知らなかった。
Huh?
温水プールがあるなんて知らなかったの。
ってことはひょっとして海で泳ぐために水着持参って言ってたの？優香。
Right there.
だってここって結構南の方だし、もうとっくに海開きしてるもんだとばっかり。なんで笑うのよ。
ねえ優香、海水の温度っていうのはね、空気の温度よりも1ヶ月から2ヶ月ぐらい遅れて暖かくなるのよ。
そうなの？
そうなの。つまり今は1年の中で最も海水の温度が冷たくなる時期っていうわけ。
よく知ってるじゃない、さきちゃん。
Izumi-san phrases her almost as if she was a child. Well, I'm not seeing a third arm there, so perhaps I was wrong. Unless she's hiding it really well.
この時期に海に入るなんて自殺行為だよ。
Saki proudly adds this, encouraged by Izumi-san's praise.
まあどっちにしろ結果的には良かったわけだから、僕は優香ちゃんに感謝してるよ。
As he flips his long hair, Okuhiko sends Yuka a flirtatious glance.
ああ、さんさんと降り注ぐこの太陽の恵み、なんだか心がバーニングヒートさ。
As he says these ridiculous words, he spreads his arms and lifts his face towards the sky.
それじゃあ諸君、アディオース。
Okuhiko leaves us with these words, and he suddenly begins running towards the poolside, diving in with a magnificent belly dive. It'd be funny if he had hit the ladder or something there. A sheet of water shoots up into the air as he pathetically crashes in. Okay, good, he didn't do it gracefully. He dived like a clumsy elementary school girl who can't swim. Wow, it's quite descriptive. However, this isn't nearly as comical. Rather, it's just sad. I look at the analog clock on the wall of the hotel, whose hands are pointing it to exactly noon. The weather is as good as ever. Everyone else is scattered around the pool, idly passing the time and having fun. Well then, I will, get a drink, swim recklessly, or go on the slide. Really, you can't choose to swim unrecklessly, you know, like you have to swim all crazy like. To swim it all. Let's go on the slide. That seems crazy. Let's go on the slide. For some reason, I get the urge to go down the slide. I'm pretty sure I saw it right by the pool. I used to love them as a kid. That time, back when I still did things without thinking about them. Back when I thought of only having fun. Back when I thought I could do anything when I grew up. That time is very nostalgic to me. Obvious reasons. Alright, I decided to act on my own childish impulses and go down the slide. Thankfully, there aren't any kids around right now. If there were, it'd have been too embarrassing to try. So, it'd be embarrassing to do it around kids, but not around four girls. Four ladies there. Okay, makes sense. I finally arrive at the slide. Suddenly notice Haruka, who's sitting on the steps of the slide. She doesn't seem to be doing anything in particular, other than hugging her knees while gazing at the sparkling sunlight reflected off the pool surface. Yo! Yo! What's up? Call out to Haruka. She doesn't reply. Her eyes are glued on the water surface. This is the water slide. Do you want to ride it too? Not a word. She seems so terribly focused. Follow suit and stare at the water. There's nothing interesting or unusual about it. Say what we're looking at. I ask another question. She's still looking at the water. Say, Haruka, I don't see anything but water. Couldn't be that you're just looking at the water, right? Perhaps she just does not answer meaningless questions. It's always possible, Makoto. I try asking this, but even I think it's a stupid question. There's no way she'd...
水
Okay, maybe she is just looking at the water. Haruka finally speaks. She's still fixated on the water's surface. Huh?
水見てるの
Haruka replies as if it's a normal thing to do. I'm dumbfounded. Well, hey, if that entertains you, then you've got a lot of free entertainment. I mean, instead of paying your cable bill, just, you know, put a glass of water up on the pedestal and just watch it for hours. Like, maybe you could get something that would make a make it move or something, and you can see the waves in it, you know. Or, you know, probably cheaper to get one of those washers that have the window, you know, in it. You can watch, you know, watch it go around. I mean, you know, that would be a lot more cheaper entertainment than paying for cable and internet and all that good stuff. Should she be mocking me? Another choice, great. I see, you were looking at the water. Yeah. I get it. It's water. It's the things that make us live and not die. It should be observed and marveled at. For the time being, I try to act like I understand her. However, I feel pretty bad about lying.
水見るの好きだから
She's still staring at it. I observe her face. She has a very apathetic expression. I don't see any signs of her mocking me, however. Okay, I want to check something real quick. Yeah, I just want to check something. According to my thing here, it says apathy means lack of emotion or feeling. Okay, just curious. Not a word that I see used. I knew it didn't mean pathetic face, so. Yeah, apathetic and pathetic, I guess, have nothing to do with each other then. Yeah, I don't see any signs of her mocking me, however. Now to think about it, I remember something. Yesterday morning, she also stared at the water dripping from the faucet. Two of us fall silent again. This silence is getting uncomfortable. I want to ask her, why do you like water so much? But I decide not to. At any rate, I don't think she'll answer me anyway. I should change the topic. I need to bring up a topic that'll interest Haruka. What topic would interest her? It hits me. What topic would interest Haruka? I can't think of anything. Because I don't know anything about her yet, right? I should ask her questions about herself. Well, she might not ask me, but... You know, I just thought of something really random, but if it was George Costanza here, he'd be like, hey, do you know I'm a marine biologist that deals with stuff in the water? Yeah, it'd be lame. That would be lame, never mind. Lame joke. Well, it can't hurt to try. If things stay this awkward, I'm going to suffocate to death. Hey, Haruka. Well, you know, you could just go down the slide like you had originally planned, you know. Like always, she doesn't turn to face me, but I know she's listening. Well then, what should I try asking her? What's your type? Yes, that's a very good icebreaker there. What's your type? Though that might mean blood type, I don't know. It seems like that's something that's mentioned a lot in anime type games. Anime in general. What do you do on your days off? What are your favorite foods? I guess the most interesting thing is that she skipped a grade. That's pretty impressive. I thought about doing that once. I'm glad I didn't because I did good in I did good in school, but yeah, I can't remember half of what I've already learned now. So if I'd had another year that I'm not learning, then that'd be very bad. I'd be looking up every word rather than apathetic. So yeah. So you skipped a grade. Oh, hit enter, not the quotation marks. Haruka, you're 1 year younger than us, right? She doesn't respond, but I continue to talk anyway. Well, you're in the same grade we are, so that means you skipped a grade, right? Skipping grade, that's amazing. Only top-notch students can accomplish that. Seriously, that's amazing. You're a year younger than us, yet you're just as smart as we are. No, you might be even smarter than us. I keep saying amazing. Being praised makes everyone feel good. With this, I feel that the mood has now lightened enough for us to talk normally.
珍しい
Huh?
それって珍しいそれって普通じゃない
Good job, Makoto. Make her feel like she's not normal. You win a lollipop. Ah, that's Her unexpected reply has left me at a loss for words. Well, she is smarter than you, so obviously she can take things in more ways than you mean them, I guess. Well, I wouldn't call it normal.
そう
But isn't that something to be proud of? Because it's not normal. It means you're not. He needs to shut up. Oh man, that's bad. It's so bad. Oh man. It's so horrible. Because it's not normal. It means you're not an ordinary human. Normally it'd probably be a good idea to follow up on that to clarify, but I think he just needs to cut it and go down the water slide. He needs to just shut up. I decided I had to follow up on that, yeah.
別にどうでもいいことだから
Oh, I see. I kind of feel like I've suffered a magnificent, honorable defeat. I'll change the topic. Oh, great. Oh man, that's awesome. He put his foot in his mouth and bit his fingernail up, his toenails too. That phrase didn't make a bit of sense. So I probably wisely keep my mouth shut a lot of times. Instead of acting like Makoto. Alright. Well, that's a pretty funny way to end this episode, so how is he going to screw up the conversation from here on out? We're going to have to find out next time. Hope you folks enjoy this episode, and I shall see you in the next one. Farewell there, folks.